Wilson Morales from Black Film and TV. Hey, folks, how's it going?
Wilson, how are you, sir?
Good. But Utkarsh, what comes easier for you, or when did you know you were gifted as a rapper? Like, how long did it take for you to get your skills put together? So, okay, I can do this.
I've been doing it since I was 8 or 9, making up songs on, we used to have these cassette tapes, Manny. They were like tiny little Walkman
Okay, I'm
recorders.
not.
I'm
I'm
just saying, different technology. And I used to rap into the handheld tape recorder. And then I think it just sort of, I started off watching Saul Williams do slam poetry and really falling into that deaf poetry jam kind of world and just loving spoken word, going to the Nuyorican Poets Cafe in New York. And then slowly just started rapping at parties, started going to clubs, picking up mics, learning how to use a mic. And I would say by the time I was like, okay, maybe I can do this in front of strangers, maybe 17, 18, but I've been doing it for about 10 years before I felt like I wanted to share it in that sort of bombastic way.
Hmm. Manny, obviously, you don't have the tools that he had back in the day. And acting is one thing, but rapping is concentration. Rapping is knowing how to let the word flow where you are without you making a mistake. When did you know you got it right together, especially when you're doing this movie? And how many takes did it take for it to get it right on certain scenes? Manny?
Yeah, yeah. I guess at that point, that was the first time I'd ever rapped before, so it was still pretty fresh and new. But yeah, I kind of got the hang of it. Not like super quickly, but it didn't take too long since I already have like some musical experience from before. And yeah.
Man,
There's,
he's selling himself short. I mean, he plays drums, guitar, piano, he sings, he dances, he writes his own music. He has a very, very keen ear, and he was willing to learn and work hard to and we were both really honest about where we could improve as a team and individually, and that's what makes him really special.
what's harder, learning how to rap or learning math skills? On the quick of a dime. Manny, it's easy to obviously the easiest stuff of early math is, but the later you get in life, it's all about the mind. It's like when you watch these game shows, it's all about how quick can you answer these things.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think rap is like 100 times easier than math. Yeah. Well, it may not be the difficulty. It might just be like rap is so much more interesting than math. Like I feel like anything after like eighth grade, you will never use in your entire life unless you are like an engineer or something in like that kind of field. Um, so yeah, that's yeah.
Dang, major statements, hot button issues.
But it's good that this movie's coming out this year on the 50th anniversary of hip hop. So there's a selling factor right there. For you, as you mentioned, Ushtar, you grew up knowing this, when you were doing when you were 8, to know that hip hop is being celebrated now that's lasted this long. What does that say about the music industry that they can now fully recognize this, even though it's taken a long time for certain artists to get recognized?
Yeah, well, I mean, to your point, like it's the 100-year anniversary of Disney and the 50-year anniversary of hip hop. So we're really in a beautiful, blessed spot. And growing up as a children of immigrants, not really feeling like I fit in Maryland, dealing with some prejudice and racism growing up, and really feeling uncomfortable. Hip hop was a place that told me I could be myself, express myself, tell my story, be a part of a community that celebrated creativity and inclusivity. And it gave me a place, a home, an identity where I didn't have one. And I think that's why I dove into it with so much passion, is because I really felt like I belonged when I was on a corner in a cipher or at a club on the mic and you look out into the audience. I mean, the ceiling's like 5.5 feet tall. Everybody's bent over, but like we're all there together. And if you drop a bar that connects, it doesn't matter what race, creed, color, gender you are. It creates a wave of energy. And if we can create some of that in conjunction with the South Asian experience and also with this like a math, which seems like it shouldn't go with hip hop at all. But, you know, I'll just say this quickly, like Dougie Fresh, who we were just so fortunate to have in this movie, he said to me, he was like, brother, like math and hip hop, they do go together. And what you're doing is special because you're putting it together in a way that people may not have seen. So to have a cosign from the OG, from the legend, was huge for me.
Congrats on this film. Congrats on putting this film together. Obviously, you know, the timing is right for it. So we'll see what more you can do in later projects. We'll talk down the road. Take care,
Yeah.
folks.
Manny's a superstar, ladies and gentlemen. I can't wait for you to see him.
Keep it going. Take care.